Hello, welcome to my channel. Welcome back. So in the last couple of months I've been on holiday in South Africa, and when I go to South Africa I often go on safari trips to the Kruger or whatever, and in the last 2 months I've been on 2. I thought I would take you guys and kind of tell you all the details about my trip, which should be fun. So the first trip I actually went to was in the Kruger. I went for about 8 days with my best friend and my family. I have quite a lot of footage from the first day and I'm going to talk to you what we saw and everything, but a lot of it is from my iPhone because I didn't shoot on my camera, or my mum's iPhone. My mum has the new iPhone and the quality is chef kiss. Oh, love the quality. It makes me want to get a new phone, so I might be spending my ka-ching on that. So if I look down, I have like my whole entire narration on my phone. Okay, so the very first park we stayed, we went to the actual Kruger. So the Kruger is about like 5, maybe 6 hours from Joburg, and we stayed in our own little reserve called Majijan, where technically you see the big 5, and which is lion, elephant, rhino, and leopard. So that's, wait, elephant, rhino, leopard, elephant, leopard, lion, buffalo, and rhino. That's the big 5. So when you go to the Kruger, you see pretty much like giraffes, impala, and zebra. You're always guaranteed to see impala, and it's kind of annoying because you won't see anything for like 15 minutes and then all of a sudden you see impala, you get super excited and you realize, fuck, it's impala, I want to kill them all. So one afternoon, my friend, shout out Kira, we went on an evening game drive in our reserve, and that was very nice. It was super hot that day. I think the whole trip in December we got to like 40 degrees and it was just very hot. Okay, since Majijan is a smaller game reserve, you actually don't see much. We saw hippo. We actually saw so many hippo out the water, which is very unusual. There was like 6 out the water, but it was very hot, so we're not really sure why it was out. But the most coolest thing we saw is black rhino. Black rhino is extremely rare. I have seen it before, but it is very rare in general. Obviously their population is decreased due to the poaching, so all the rhinos you'll see throughout this video are dehorned to prevent poaching from the ivory. Funny, on our little game drive we were with other people and there was beef between like the 2 families, and it was really funny, kind of, because like this one girl, she was like on her phone kind of not enjoying it. Even the game ranger was like, am I boring you? But anyway, and the other guys behind us were super into game drives, super like very hardcore kind of into it, and we see the baby rhino, the black rhino, and this girl in front of us starts like laughing because she saw, I guess, a funny tweet or a funny TikTok, I don't really know. And then the girl behind us was like, shut up, this is a rare moment. Anyway, there was beef between that, so I like start laughing. I was like, another day we went into the park. We actually went pretty early in the morning, and the very first thing we spotted was a hyena. Actually, I spotted the hyena through the binocs. We were at this waterhole and we like saw it, and I was like, oh my gosh, a hyena. I am, not to brag, humble brag right here, I'm pro at spotting. So anyway, later that day we actually came across another hyena, and he was lounging in like this mud bath, and he looked like he was wearing skinny jeans, like he And next to the hyena, there was like a mother and a cub hyena suckling. This cub looks very old to be suckling, too old to be sucking on your mom's tits kind of vibe. But you know, that was a very cool sighting, very rare to see a hyena pup, especially suckling. That day it was super hot, it was like 40 degrees, so a lot of the animals were like unfortunately passing out or just like laying underneath the tree. We actually came across a whole bunch of elephants herding around this one elephant on the ground, and they formed like some sort of like circular cult thing. Not really sure what was going on. We thought the elephant was dead at first because it wasn't moving, and then it moved like very slowly, and then we were like, okay, so maybe it's alive. Maybe we thought it was giving birth, but we were there for like 20 minutes trying to figure out. So we're not sure. We just think it might have been heat exhaustion and they're like protecting it, or it was ill or something like that. But it looked like some sort of cult meeting. It was kind of weird, you know. As that day went on, we were driving and some car pulled right in front of us and was parked in the middle of the road. And I was like, what the hell, this is not cool. But he had stopped because he had saw a hyena running after a baby piglet. It killed the piglet and it started eating it. It literally ate it in like 5 minutes.
He's lost it. There's a hyena there, and there he goes again.
I personally have never seen a kill, like a live kill like that, so that was super incredible. I have been going into the Kruger Park and like other game reserves for about like 10 years. I've never seen that, so that was very, very cool. Like the baby piglet, the warthog, was a snack for the hyena. He just like gobbled it up. That was probably one of my top favorite sightings ever, which is very cool. It's kind of funny because if that guy had not like pulled in front of us, we would have never seen it. So that's definitely something to like I thought about. But every time you go to the Kruger, there is an app called the Later Sighting app, and honestly, this app is my favorite thing on the planet. Like, anyway, so you get notifications of like from other people in the park what they see. But the park in itself, you have really poor reception. So often you get the notifications when you get home and you just see all these things people have seen. You're like, fuck, we missed that. And it drives me insane. I'll be like back home and be like, oh, they saw a lion. Wish I saw a lion, even though we're not even near that. But this time, we actually got a notification that there was a leopard. And I was like, maybe we should go check it out. I was driving and it was like on this tar dirt road. I'm like, kind of like swerving edges for the funsies of it. But anyway, we saw a notification that there was a leopard. There was a leopard in the tree. That was a very good sighting. Not the best sighting of the leopard I've personally seen, but for my friend who is coming to South Africa for the first time, it was good. She got the big 5, so that was very good. The leopard was sleeping in the tree. Okay, so like most leopards I have seen are in the tree. I haven't really seen them out except for like one time. It was like on the road, but I'll actually put a photo in that for you. So on the last day, I think it was like the day before we left, we went on a morning drive. This morning drive was incredible. We had a private game driver. Her name is Haley. Shout out to Haley. It's quite interesting because often when you go into the Kruger, you actually don't see many women game drivers, especially from England. So she was from England and she was so incredible, just super knowledgeable, very informative, and just really passionate, which I find kind of rare with game drivers sometimes. They're just not as passionate, you know. So we got up at like 4 a.m. to do this, which I might have caused a family argument about that, but you know, it's okay. We managed to get there anyway. The very first thing we saw was the jackal pups. I think, looking at the photo, I think it was like a black striped jackal. I've also never seen a jackal with a pup. I've seen lots of jackal before, but I've never seen it with like a little puppy. That was very, very cute. Obviously, we saw elephants. In fact, we saw an elephant with one massive tusk. So genetically, elephants normally do have two tusks, and if they don't have one, it either means two things. One, they've lost it through fighting another elephant or fighting something else, and also another thing is it is genetic. So, but they can get really, really massive. So we came across one elephant that had a massive one singular tusk, and they call them tuskers because it's so long and like big. The girth was incredible on that thing. Like, you know, size doesn't matter, but girth does. We also did see lots of vultures. I'll put in a picture of what. I don't know what vulture is. I can't remember. I'm not really into birds, and our game driver Haley, she was pointing out all the birds, which is great. I think we saw pretty much all the vultures, the species of vultures, which is pretty cool, but I just don't care about that. So yeah. Okay, so this whole entire trip we had not seen lion yet, and oh my gosh, like we were hunting for these lions because obviously my friend, she's from Australia and she's never seen lions. We were like, we need to find lion, and I can't fucking lie, I was like, you know, every time I've gone in the park I've seen the big five. Like that is my brag. Like I have been in the park so many times, I pretty much have seen the big five. Right. Anyway, we come across these lions. So it's three beautiful lionesses just there in the middle of the road. We were super close. We were there first. Like there was traffic per usual, but that was super incredible as well. Obviously when you see a big cat in the car, it's super exciting. It's definitely like always worth seeing a lion and leopard and stuff. Okay, so fast forward a couple weeks later, my dad and my mum were like, why don't we go to Pilanesberg? So Pilanesberg is about 3 hours from where I live, less than that, like maybe 2 hours max. And so we decided to go to this lodge where everything's inclusive. You get game drives in the morning and evening and like meals. First day we arrived, the staff greeted us with like bongo drums and everything. It was super cool, and then we like rushed to lunch. Food was very good, I cannot lie.
It's residents.
Got a hot towel. There's a guy rubbing. It's so cool. Hello.
How are you?
Okay, we're traveling in it's like Thailand. It is actually like Thailand.
Yeah.
Except it's in a resort, and in Thailand it's on open road. And then we went on a little game drive. Okay, we're in the game drive. I took the first animal. It's a monkey. Just kidding. Cooter is actually a monkey. On our first game drive, we actually didn't drive a whole lot, to be fair, which is kind of crazy. On our first game drive, we actually didn't drive a lot, but we did see a lion. So the lions had previously killed a pregnant giraffe, and trigger warning, you do see the dead carcass. Anyway, and they had killed the pregnant giraffe and that morning. So the lions were out and about. Every day we did see the lions, so I'm gonna put all the footage for the lions in this just to make it easier. But that was very cool. There was 3 little cubs, and I personally have never seen a little lion cub before, so that was very great. Obviously every time you go into the park you see something you have never seen before. it was something a little bit different, which I really like, which is very cool. We're in the game drive. Apparently there was a lion kill this morning, so we're gonna go and check it out. So it's in like an open vehicle, and very exciting. So yeah, it is actually a bit wet, but that's okay. In the road. Yes. Yeah, lion. Spotted. Guinea fowl. They're just dumb birds. Oh, there's something exciting up ahead. There's like a few cars. Hold on, I'm gonna show you.
انت شو اسمك؟ عبدو الروندي.
هيدا بغني.
غني.
لا انا بغني.
I saw a whole bunch of wildebeest just lying in the ground, and they're often lying in like fields, sometime with a scenic background, you know, and they're just waiting for their lovers. And honestly, same, I'm waiting for my lover. Applications, send me a DM, you know the drill. But they're kind of like just waiting for their love, so obviously they're just sitting down. So we had a little hot chocolate break. So in the mornings they give you like little biscuits and hot chocolate and like drinks and everything. Ended up seeing cheetahs through the binoculars. There was 3 cheetahs, and what's so interesting about cheetahs, there was only, in this particular park there was only 5 cheetahs. So very rare to see them. Although my mum claims that she's always seen cheetah in the pilanesberg. So anyway, we saw 3 of them. One of them was collared because obviously with such low populations they do track them. The other 2 were not collared, so it made us think they were like cubs, even though they were really, really big and scrawny. So yeah, obviously I do not have that. I don't think we even have images of these. You're just gonna have to trust, because they were far, like you could not see them with the naked eye. This was binocular shit. But it was very cool to see. I was super excited. I was like, you know, I ticked it off my fucking manifestation list. Yeah, I have a manifestation list. So cheetahs are very much like Mormons, and which means they have like the brother, sister, wives situation. So all the siblings sleep with the one like female so they can mate. Their genetics must be fucking shit. If you think about it, the inbred of that, oh my gosh, I wonder why they're so fucking scrawny and little weak. But yeah, it was super cool seeing cheetah. Oh my gosh, you should have seen my fucking face. Later that day, I decided I'm going quad biking because they gave me a list of like activities, and I saw quad biking. I was like, you know what? I thought about this like 2 weeks ago, how much I really like quad biking. Anyway, I went quad biking. We went to the small village in the area where they showed amarula fruit. I didn't film a whole lot of this because first of all, it's really hard to fucking vlog and film while you're on a fucking quad bike. And second of all, this is South Africa. I'm not gonna get my camera stolen. So sorry. I'm so excited. This is very cool. I did have some phone footage which I put in. So yeah, that was very cool. Just drive around. It was very wet because it rains like a shit ton. So every time there was like a river or anything, instead of like slowly going around, I would just kind of like raw dog it and ram into the water. So my boots got hella dirty and just muddy, but it was fun. It was fun nevertheless. Okay, so yesterday I washed my white sneakers and then it's so muddy, but I've opted out for my boots. But thank God I'm in my boots, not my thumb. Dad, if you push me, I'm wobble. Dad! I hate you! Stop! I'm wearing boots. I was actually going to bring my white shoes. Hold on, let me. No!
If you wing into glory hole, I think you wing wrong.
Something like in a horror movie, and you're like running. Ooh, I smell. Oh, it smells. You're going to hide. Oh, it's very dry. Met a friend. Okay, so on our final drive, we actually saw an elephant. Surprise! You actually always see elephants, but this one was quite cool because there was two little baby elephants fighting, and they were going for it for quite a while. And trigger warning, minor elephant porn will be coming up. The elephants were humping each other, little baby elephants. I was like, hold on, you're not old enough to be doing this shit. And I was like, why did you learn that? Anyway, it was like, yeah. Doing it?
Where did you see that?
Oh, what the hell? They're fighting, which is very funny.
Well, you see the one on the left is definitely younger than the one on the right. The one on the right.
And as we arrived there,
Well, what
we
you
had to shoot the elephant off.
elephant porn
Then
right
we
here.
had to get that go down and check it off. Right there. Then we had to go and safe.
And we went up a little freaking mountain. It was very, very misty this day, so you could barely see anything. But we did see a few things going up the mountain, on top of the mountain. Very first thing we saw is 2 lions once again. But this one of the lions was very, very pregnant. I don't know if we even have footage for this. I might have footage, but we'll have to see. I can't remember. But you just have to trust. You don't have to trust that I actually fucking saw something. And then we go up and then we see a buffalo. This buffalo was like really fucking old and we were like, that's the next one to go. He was like limping and hovering, but it was super cool. It was like super misty and mysterious. So then we're gonna go and have our like morning break, and then there was a freaking elephant where we were meant to go and have our little tea and coffee. It was like a bull elephant, but it was chilled, very cool. I'll put that in. It's just very cool because it was really, really misty and just like mysterious. It was giving horror film, honestly. It was. So the next morning we saw the lions again, and then we saw another leopard. Freaking crazy. This leopard we did not get any footage of. You might barely see it, but it was like on the rock and everybody was like, oh my god, it's a cheetah. I fucking started freaking out. Okay, so knowing me, I'm super autistic when it comes to this kind of stuff. I have a list of everything I need to check off, and I've done very well with everything being checked off, but there's about 5 mammals that I have not seen that I need to check off my fucking list, and cheetah was one of them. Like I've said before, I've been going in the park for about 10 years, never seen it. Once a year, never seen cheetah. I know, I was just like praying. I was like, you know, this is my thing. Anyway, turns out it was a leopard. The people got it wrong. And I was like, fuck, I was so annoyed. But for somehow I kind of knew, I was like, that doesn't matter, I'm going to see a cheetah today. So anyway, the cheetah hopped off the rock really quickly, so I don't have like best footage. And I don't think my mum took a picture or a video of it, just because she's not very good with that kind of stuff. Saw a leopard again. I think we saw 3 leopards. I don't know, I got my head. We saw three leopards, but this one was actually pretty good sighting. It was like on the ground laying. The tour guide, shout out to Tanya, she was like, this area is full of leopards, so keep your eye out. And she was like, wait, a leopard. It was quite comical, to be fair. It was very cool. It did run very quickly because it like darted into the bush and we could never find it again. But we do have photo evidence of this one, I know, because I took the photo. So yeah. Okay, apparently we spotted a leopard, so we're taking a break from the lions.
This is looks like a male.
Alright, so that gives us a wrap on my South African experience. I freaking love going on safaris and like going into the bush. It is probably my favorite thing in the world. I do love traveling. If you actually like this video and you liked more of these kind of videos, don't forget to subscribe, like, you know the drill. If you've been on YouTube, you fucking know. So yeah. I also have some exciting content coming out, which is very cool because I've decided to take this shit quite seriously. So do forget, I'm taking this shit quite seriously now, posting once a week, maybe twice a week. Once I'm back in Australia, I'll be posting twice a week. So okay, so I am taking this quite seriously now. So I will be posting once a week until I get back to Australia, where I'll be posting twice a week. So follow me. Everything linked in the description if I can remember. But I do have to go. I actually don't have to go, but I am hungry, so I'm gonna get some food. With love, your girl, Anna. That is my closing. With love, your girl, Anna.